Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, and today I'm so excited today to be recommending awesome drugstore products that you could start your makeup collection with. So this idea came from Lynn, who I'm doing a collaboration video with today, and I'm so excited to be doing that with her. She recently did a luxury makeup starter kit with Morgan Turner, and I watched their videos and I was like, man, I am so doing that, which I am. So stay tuned for that. And so I was like, yep, I'm gonna do that video. I'm gonna credit them with the idea. And I think it would just be such a fun video to create and also to recommend some awesome luxury makeup items. So then like not even a week after I saw their videos, Lynn, reached out to me and said, hey Chelsea, I'd love to do a collaboration video with you. And I was wondering if we could do a drugstore makeup starter kit video. And I was like, yes, I love drugstore makeup. And I know she's trying to delve a little more into drugstore makeup. And I was like, this is such an awesome opportunity to be doing this collab with her, especially on a topic that I thoroughly do enjoy. So if you're not familiar with Lynn, I've been following her now for about a couple years. She does specialize in luxury and high-end makeup, and she gives the most thorough reviews ever. I'm talking for her foundation wear test. Tara's usually gonna try to wear that foundation for 7 days before she even makes the video. So when I say she's giving you a thorough review on a product, So I really love her channel for how thorough her reviews are. And then she has such a sweet spirit. She's so kind. And you know, when she reached out to me, she was like, I'm so humbled that you want to do this with me. And I'm like, I'm humbled you want a collaboration with me. She's so sweet. She's so kind. She does not sugarcoat anything on her channel. So no matter how much the item costs, if she doesn't like it, she's going to tell you. And if she loves it, she's going to tell you why. So I think that if you enjoy my content, you are going to thoroughly enjoy her content. I'd love for you to go over to her channel, show her some love, subscribe to her channel, tell her that I sent you, and I really hope that you enjoy her content as much as I love her content. But before we get into this video, I definitely want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend some time with me. If this is your first time here, definitely welcome. And if you're coming from Tara's channel, thank you so much for coming and stopping by. I'd love for all of you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you guys. I'm so appreciative of all of your support, for constantly liking my videos, commenting on my videos, and just writing hard for me. It really does mean a lot to me. So let's get into this video. Okay, so let's first start off with something that I always do every time I sit down and put my makeup on, and it is this Milani Rose Butter Lip Mask. Y'all, this reminds me of the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and it looks like this. Sorry, it looks kind of gross, but I've been using it. It is so soothing to the lips. It's very, it's almost like buttery to the lips, and it's a very similar texture to the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So I'm wearing it right now. I love the glossy finish that it does leave, but literally like I keep it right here in my little vanity because as soon as I sit down, I have to put that on to just moisturize my lips. Now let's go in with primer, and a primer that I would really recommend for someone who has pores and who wants something to just smooth out their canvas is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I have been obsessed with this. Now this is definitely a recent find for me. When I mean by recent, I picked it up either, I think it was like around the end of January of this year, but I've put some use to it. I would say so myself. I love how this feels in my pores, and it really just kind of smooths out my face and gives me a nice base to work with. Now, if you're someone who has more dry skin and you want a primer that's a little bit more hydrating, but that will also conceal your pores as well, really look into this Wet n Wild Water Drop Primer. So I have the cucumber scent, there's a coconut scent, and there's a rose scent. I've only tried the cucumber one and this one, but this is really hydrating to the skin, and it really does actually like fill my pores. But today I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer because that's the one that I really swear love by. And let me just put this out here. These are not from the drugstore, but they are drugstore price. So these are a dupe in my opinion, just my little opinion. They're a dupe for the Tati Blendiful. I recently did a video comparing these sponges or these puffs to the Tati Beauty Blendiful, and I'll go ahead and link that for you right here if you would like to go and take a look at that. But you can get these off Amazon when I purchased them, they were like $4 and some cents. When I did my video, they were like $5 and some change. So I'll leave that link down below if you're interested in it, but I am gonna use this today because I really do like how it does apply my product. So going into the e.l.f. Putty Primer, I just dipped my sponge into it, and then I just press the primer into the skin. And like I said before, I really enjoy this product because I feel like it just really smooths out my skin, conceals my pores and fills them in so that I have a nice base to apply my foundation on top of. Next, I'm gonna go in with a product that I fell so in love with last year. I mean, it just like stole my heart. Definitely made it to my 2019 Best of All Beauty Favorites. And this is the Milani Soft Focus Glow product. I love the shade 02, but I also have this deeper shade. This is shade 03 Bronze. Both shades work for me, but I love this one. So we're going to apply it today. I've heard this product compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, and I have actually tried that product before by Charlotte Tilbury because she is one of my favorite luxury brands, and I would have to agree. I really do feel like this is a nice, affordable dupe to that product. But I love just blending this into my skin. I will wear this without foundation on top when I just need to kind of get out the door, but I want my face to look a little bit more alive. I will also mix this in with my foundation. So I will take this and dot it all over my face and then put my foundation, like dot it onto my face and then mix it in that way. What I love about this is just this subtle glow. So it's nothing overpowering. It's nothing that's gonna like, you know, scream to the highlight gods, but it's going to definitely just enhance that glow from within. Now, if you don't know me, let me tell you something. I'm a foundation junkie. So I do have a few options for foundation that I do want to recommend for various reasons. So number one, the brand Maybelline. I highly recommend this brand, number one, for its shade range. I really think that Maybelline is one of the fewer drugstore brands, like legit drugstore brands, that really does offer a really good shade range for most complexions. And I love that they've done that, especially with their Fit Me line. So the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, this is the matte and poreless one. I wear the shade 330 Toffee. And then I also have the Maybelline Superstay Foundation, and I also wear this in the shade 330. So the matte and poreless one, I love to wear this on like an everyday basis, but I have also worn this for special events when I want something that looks a little bit more natural on the skin, but I also want something that I can glam up without looking too overdone, if that makes sense. This finish, even though it says matte and poreless, I would say that this is more like a demi matte. It's not overly matte. So I feel like if you have, you know, combination skin in normal skin, you would really enjoy that. This Maybelline Superstay Foundation, really good staying power. It's more full coverage than the Fit Me. And so I feel like this is a really good one if you want a really, you know, full coverage foundation that you can glam up really good. Another one that I'm gonna recommend, and I'm recommending this one also for the shade range, is L'Oreal True Match. I mean, this is a tried and true staple one, but I wear mine in the shade in 7. This foundation, I've heard celebrity makeup artists compare this to high-end quality of foundations, and I could not agree more. This is the one I'm actually gonna put on today because I was like, which one am I gonna put on? This is such a great one. Like I said, we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match, and this is just a beautiful foundation for everyday wear, but you can also wear it for times that you wanna glam it up. On to concealer. So a concealer from the drugstore that I truly, truly love, that I think has a, once again, great shade range, and there's options. There's a matte formula and there's a hydrating formula. We have the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. So I have the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the hydrating formula, and I wear mine in the shade Tan Neutral. Now, I did try the matte formula, and I felt like it was just a little too matte for my liking. So when they came out with this hydrating one, I was like, yes, I feel like I will enjoy this. The name says hydrating, but the formula is not over hydrating. So I love that it's more of like a satin finish. You know, it's not overly glossy and radiant to where you're not gonna have good coverage with it, but it's also, you know, not too dry to where if you do have drier under eyes, it's gonna look cakey and things like that. So I like that I can manipulate the coverage of this. So like how you see me applying it now, I just added a little bit to give me a nice medium coverage, but you can build up this concealer to give you more full coverage if you want it. Now for powder, if you know me, this should not be a surprise at all. I swear by this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder in the shade Banana, y'all. My girl Galidi used to rave about this all the time, and I was like, I mean, I'm sure it's nice, but you know, I've got my favorites, which were high-end and still are. And so then one day I was like, well, you know, let me try it, because I was wanting to do a drugstore video, like full face of drugstore, and I had no powder that was drugstore. And so I was like, well, you know what, let me try it, see how I like it. Tried it, and I was like, you know, she ain't bad. Then I continued to wear it, and like literally a month later, I was like, I have not picked up not one of my high-end powders. And that's when I knew like my love affair was real. The way that this powder just blends into the skin is amazing. To me, the formulation of this powder says nothing from the drugstore, everything from a high-end brand. I love the shade Banana because it doesn't leave flashback, and I think it's a nice shade for my skin. There is a translucent version of this powder, and then there's also a deeper version of this powder, I believe. Okay, so I'm gonna do eyes next. So for the eyes, the cutest and the best eyeshadow palettes I have ever tried at the drugstore have been these e.l.f. bite-size little mini palettes. So I think for a beginner, these are amazing. Number one, they are literally $3. No joke, $3. Number two, there's such an array of options. So you have this one in cream sugar, I have this other one in pumpkin pie, and I think the shades that they have in these palettes are such a great starting point. Then also, I think it's a really good starting point for somebody who's just building their makeup kit and really wants to, you know, dip into eyeshadow but doesn't want to overwhelm themselves. So I really don't know which one I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna probably just use a couple of them. Actually, no, I think I want to go in with this. I'm gonna go in with Rose Water. So we'll play with that one. So I'm gonna bring y'all in a little bit closer, and then we'll just kind of zoom through this eye look. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I definitely do want you to see the eyeshadows in action. This shade right here, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. Then we're gonna go in with this shade right here, and we're gonna use that and pack it on to the outer edge of the eye. And this is a matte shade that has a little bit of shimmer to it, but I do like how this does blend really well. And I was just so impressed by how well these eyeshadows worked. And for them to be $3, like, you cannot beat that. Now let's go in with this third shade right here, and I'm going to apply that in the area that is left on my lid that does not have any shadow. We're gonna go back in with this deeper color and apply it to the lower lash line. And then back in with that lighter shade right here to blend out the lower lash line so that it's not so harsh. And then lastly, we're gonna go in with this lighter shade right here and apply that as our inner corner highlight. And I just think this eye look looks so beautiful. And these eyeshadows are just silky smooth, and they deliver. The mattes blend out very well, blend out very effortlessly. The quality is that of a high-end eyeshadow for sure. And these shimmers, they just give off such good pigment. I haven't sprayed my brush with any type of setting spray or anything like that. These eyeshadows work so well. I'm going to finish off my eyes and come back so we can finish off the face. Okay, so eye look is done, and just to quickly go over what I use to finish off my eye look, which are some of my staple drugstore products, hands down. Number one, these Ardell Naked Lashes. These are my favorite lashes across the board. I love how natural they look, but then they also add a little glam to the eye look. And so these are in the style 422. I also love the style 421. That's probably my most favorite out of these naked lashes, but they're very comfortable, easy to apply, and it's super, super affordable. And then for my actual eyeliner that I put on the lower lash line, I love these Milani eyeliners. These are the Stay Put waterproof eyeliner. So this is linked on black, and this is what I'm wearing. My other favorite shade is this brown shade that is called Hooked on Espresso. These remind me a lot of the Pat McGrath eyeliners because I love that eye kohl and I have it. And that was basically the only eyeliner I was using until I found these. So I really, really enjoy these, and I highly recommend those. Okay, lastly for mascara, I love the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This is the False Lash Effect one, so I use that for my lower lash line. And then I always go in, not today because I have on lashes, but normally if I'm just wearing mascara, then I always go in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer just to give my lashes that extra like va-va-voom to kind of make it look like I have on like a very simple lash, but I don't have on a simple lash. So keeping a beginner drugstore makeup collection in mind, I felt like palettes were the way to go. Newer to the market, but such amazing quality is this Essence Bronzer Palette. So this is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette. These are the shades in the palette, and I love mixing this shade and this shade together to apply my bronzer. I did do a review on this, so I'll go ahead and link that for you. But these powders blend so good into the skin, and I love how bronzed I look. Like, it really does look like I spent a good amount of time out in the sun and, you know, just getting beautifully sun-kissed by the sun. I also like this palette because I feel like deeper complexions can use it. So this shade right here definitely can work for deeper complexions. So it's a palette that can accommodate a nice shade range. So for blush, I love, love, love the Milani blushes. So I have 3 of them. This one is a cult favorite. This is the shade Luminoso. A lot of people have compared this blush to NARS Orgasm, and I would have to agree with that. Then I have this one in the shade Rose d'Oro. So this is a deeper shade that's got that nice marbling effect, so you can get a nice, like, more deep pink goldish color. And then I have this shade called Dulce Pink or Dolce Pink, and this is a nice pink color. So I love pinky blushes. So for today, let's go in with this one, the Dolce Pink one. This was probably the first drugstore blush, or one of the first drugstore blushes that I tried and just fell in love with and I kept. But I like that they are pigmented, but you can build up the pigment, so you're not gonna, you know, dip your brush in the powder and get start pigment right off the back. But they blend so beautifully into the skin. And I love a shimmer blush, so all of these are shimmer blushes. If you don't like shimmer blushes, Milani does make some matte blushes that are really great formula as well. So I would recommend that if you weren't, you know, a shimmer blush type of person. And then now for highlight. So I have a couple of options of highlight for you. First, I have another cult favorite. We have the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, and this highlight is just beautiful. Now, let me show you a trick. For someone that's around my skin complexion and lighter, maybe a shade deeper than me and lighter, you can use this as a highlight. Or I saw Tati Beauty do this, and I like this better this way on my complexion. Take you a nice fluffy brush and then actually use it under your eye to give yourself like a glowy under eye. Nothing crazy and over the top. But as you can see, I've just got like a nice little glow to the under eye. So I will take this sometimes and just dust it under my eye just to give me like an added glow under the eye. Then another palette by Essence. So this is the Essence Sunlighter palette, the Pure Nude Sunlighter palette. This one is great for medium to deep complexions. As you can see, I've loved on it already. And then this highlight, y'all, I just ate it up all last year, like could not put it down. This is the Physicians Formula Rose All Day Petal Glow Highlighter in the shade Freshly Picked. This highlighter is amazing. So this is the one I'm gonna wear today. I'll probably mix this one along with a shade from the Essence one. Since my eye look is a little more cool tone, this one is, and this highlighter is more gold, but I had to put it on because it's so pretty. So I wanted you all to see what this highlight looks like, but I love how like beautiful this highlight looks. This does have a scent to it. If you know Physicians Formula, they love to add scents to their products. But to me, this is not as overpowering as the Butter Bronzer. If that was too much for you, this is not as overpowering. And then I think I want to go in with this shade right here from the Essence Sunlighter, Pure Nude Sunlighter palette. And we're gonna just add a little something right there. Ooh! I'm glowing and I ain't mad at it. Okay, so before we finish off this look, I want to go in with the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Lumi Dew Mist. This is so good. So I love using this glow mist. Number one, because it does set my face, but it leaves the most pretty glow, but it's not overpowering. Also, this doesn't leave me oily at the end of the day. And look at this mister. So I'm gonna go spray my face. And then, of course, we gotta add a lip because where would we be without a lip? So I've got two lips. One has just been a huge long time favorite of mine just for years. You've got the Wet n Wild Bare It All lipstick. Now, Wet n Wild did send me all 26 of these new reformulated lipsticks. And if you know anything about their matte lipsticks before, they used to be dry as desert. It's just dry. These new matte lipsticks are reformulated to be a little bit more hydrating, but still matte and finished. So I was really happy to see that these feel a little bit more comfortable on the lip. But I can't even tell you how many times I've purchased this one Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Bare It All. It is such a favorite of mine. I do want to top it with another shade called Skinny Dipping, because this is more mauve-like, and this purplish eye I think calls for that. So we're just gonna add a little of this. But yes, those lipsticks are really good and they're super cheap. I think they're like $1.99. So I'm almost done, almost done. I did apply on some earrings, so we are almost done. So we have the Hard Candy Body Luminizers. Now, almost a year ago, and I will link it for you right here if you want to go and watch that video. I did a battle of the body luminizers, and I compared this Hard Candy one, which is about $9, to the Fenty Beauty Body Lavas and the Sol de Janeiro Glow Lotions. And in my opinion, these Hard Candy Body Lavas are amazing. I'm just gonna apply a little bit because with these warmer months coming up, I am a firm body glow person. Like, I love to see some glow on my body. I love to have a little shimmer. It just, in my opinion, just makes me feel like it's summer. And this particular shade, this is the shade Champagne, and it smells like coconuts, beach vacation. I mean, it smells so good. But do you see that that glow that we get right here? This particular one is equivalent, or is like a almost spot on dupe for the Fenty Beauty Who Needs Clothes. And then I have another shade. This one is called Lit Up Bronze, and this is a dupe for the Fenty Beauty Bronze one. I can't remember what that shade is off the top of my head, but this is a spot on dupe for that. So I wanted to throw in a little body luminizer because, like I said, now that it's getting a little more warm outside, if you're looking for one that is really affordable, that's really good too, this is a great one. and I just love the sparkly effect that it leaves. Last thing that I want to recommend, and then I will wrap up this video because I know it's going to be long. The glosses by Milani are amazing. I love the Milani Keep It Plump glosses. Here is one right here. I'm almost out of this one. This is in the shade Rosy Bronze. I think this is a dupe for the Fenty Beauty Original Gloss Bomb. And then also these Milani Ludicrous glosses are so good. So I'm just going to add just a little bit to the lips because I'm a gloss girl. And I think every finished look needs a gloss. Guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you found this array of makeup items that you can choose to start your drugstore makeup kit. I hope that you found these recommendations helpful and that you found some products that you can definitely look into to start your makeup collection at the drugstore. Each one of these products that I did mention to you, you really can find them in the drugstore, at Walmart, Target, or so forth. I wanted to make sure that those were products, or that these were products that you literally can go into your drugstore and find. Definitely go ahead and check out Tara Lynn's channel. I'm telling you, if you enjoy my content, you will enjoy her content. She's so sweet. She's just got such a warm personality that I'm really glad that I found her channel, and I'm so happy that she reached out to me to do this collab with her. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.